Fence people. It's me, host Eric, and there's host Zachary, and there's fence person Alec, and we're going to talk about Plato. Not the stuff that you play with when you're a kid, but the philosopher from ancient Greece. And Zachary, of course, being an ITP, wanted to clarify when I asked the question if he would get to be able to speak the language when he traveled wherever he went. I informed him that yes, he gets free ancient Greek lessons before he goes. So, why would you pick Plato, and what would you ask him, Zachary?
Well, I would want to establish like the time span would be around the time Aristotle was there as well. So I would be like ideally like a year or two younger than Aristotle. So I would be a part of. I would be directly in the dialogue, so to speak, right?
You're going
And
2 for 1. You're getting 2 for 1. You're getting Aristotle too.
yeah.
You only got 6 hours. You only have 6 hours. I forgot to mention that.
You only have 6 hours? I changed my answer then. I want to be Carl Jung.
Okay, Carl Jung. You know what? We'll do Plato. Let's do Plato anyway. Let's go do Carl
Yeah,
Jung
do
next.
Plato.
So now that you only have 6 hours, Zach, did it change what you're going to ask him? It's a long dinner. And he's getting drunk. Plato's getting drunk, so by the end of the evening, he's kind of useless. You got to be quick.
I expect that to be part of his like university or something, right? I'd be like joining his academy in this situation, but no, that changes everything, you know. I mean, I don't know what I would ask him.
He's excited to meet you. You're the first visitor from the future he's ever had, and he's excited. He wants to ask you questions. But like I said, he's got a drinking problem. He's drinking at dinner, and by the end of the 6 hours, he's probably going to be pretty much incoherent. So you got to push fast.
I see. So is he asking me questions?
Yeah, he is. Like, so, how are your gladiator fights in the year 2000?
Well, I mean, I play somewhat. You know, I'm platinum. I main ADC. That's a league joke. That's a league joke.
I don't get your
Florian's
league.
probably got
Plato doesn't get the league joke either.
My gladiator fights are uninteresting. There's none. We don't fight to the death anymore, unfortunately.
Well, around here, we're very concerned about the essence of things. What do you have to say about that, young man? That's how Plato talked.
Concerned about the essence of things. What, could you elaborate on that, Plato?
Yes, you see, everything has an essence. For example, you have an essence that's different. You have those strange blue and black ears. So you're still wearing the headphones. You forgot to take them off before you travel back in time.
Oh, I see.
But he says, oh, everything has an essence. And, for example, that rock right there, it's just a rock, but it's an example of the essence of a pure, true rock that exists somewhere. What do you say to him about that?
I guess I would try to understand what his point is. Like, what is he trying to get me to do here? Is he trying to give me his like life thesis so I can fucking take it back to the future or something? I mean,
yeah, he said.
I imagine he's not aware he's going to be a well-established philosopher, a well-established writer.
Now listen, host Zachary, listen. I've got this thing. I don't write shit down. Okay, it's a problem of mine. So I'm concerned. Oh, well, I get myself confused with Socrates all the time. It's very easy to do. Anyway, I do write shit down, but I'm still concerned that in the future they won't know these brilliant ideas I have. Will you take them back to the future for me? And also, do you want to go to that cave that I wrote about in that one thing? It's over there.
Yeah, it turns out his cave is like actually like people like strapped down, tested out. Like,
see,
we thought it was an allegory. It's like an actual like scientific experiment.
I've collected these newborn infants and kept them locked in this cave for their entire life.
Plato ends up being a madman, yeah.
Yeah. Alex, what would you ask Plato?
Oh, my knowledge of Plato comes basically from Zen and the art of motorcycle maintenance. So it would be what his opinion of the rhetorics were, and what is the difference between his philosophy and how the rhetorics approached quality, the beginning of
Quality.
quality.
Mm. Now, there's the next person we're going to talk about is Robert Pirsig. That's what I want to talk about. That's who
That's
I
an
want to
interesting
meet.
dude.
Now that you mentioned that, I want to. There's my fucking answer right there. Um, that's an interesting question. It'd be like saying, "Okay, Plato, can you comment upon Heidegger, please?" And it'd be like, "What? I don't know what you're talking about." Heidegger. Come on, Schopenhauer, somebody? I don't know. Yeah, Plato is hard for me because I don't really know much of. I don't have any sense of who he was. I
Hmm.
have some sense
When
of
I like
his
every
philosophy
time
a
I
little
read
bit.
Plato, I just imagine like sitting under like a tree in like ancient Greece and the weather is like warm out and he's giving a lecture on what's justice. That's how I imagine Plato when it's nothing. I understand there's nothing like that. It was nothing like that at all. But that's what I envision in my head.
Right.
That's what.
In your little dream world, it's like you walk up and Plato's like, "Oh, host Zachary, are you going to challenge my ideas some more today? You really were insightful yesterday." And all the other kids are like, "God damn it, Zachary's back." that, that's
But it's like
that's Zachary's
I
fantasy with Plato. That's an INTP fantasy right there.
what the
Go back in time and
well,
talk shit to a philosopher, and I mean, we're like learn from a philosopher, but ultimately master his ways and prove him wrong. Probably. It's like I'm going to spend 2 years in the academy. In year 3, I'm going to prove Plato wrong, take over the academy, and teach it my way. Where the ENTP just goes right in and starts blowing shit up. And then never ends up taking over, though. Gets put to death. Right, with hemlock. Give that guy some hemlock right now.
I imagine if you went back in that time, Aaron, you'd be executed along with Socrates for poisoning the youth.
Yeah.
You'd be trying to convince them the government they're being too coercive and they need to decentralize the power, and they would catch you and they'd execute you.
Hey, listen, fellow Greeks, you've got to stop fucking the little boys. It's not cool. Okay, that's enough of that. Um, let's stop this one. It's a
Well,
short one.
wait, before you stop it,
Okay.
before you stop it, um, I think that I think when I envision Plato, I think it reminds me of like how Carl Jung depicted the old man archetype that appears as like wisdom in your in your from your unconscious, like in dreams and stuff. That's how I picture Plato. Like I
Hmm.
envision just like this embodiment of wisdom. I have a concept of Plato in my head that is different from the Plato that existed, so to speak. So the Plato in my head would be the one is completely identified of his he manifests based on the philosophies I know that he has, as well as like this place of wisdom,
Does he have
because there's
long, flowing, wavy white hair?
oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And does he wear a white robe?
Oh wait, well you have to if you're
And
gonna be a
sandals?
man of
And don't forget the sandals.
well I thought that was a given.
Right, yeah, of course. He's like carrying a book, and there's like a group of young people who are dressed similarly gathered around him, right? And he's just sort of like,
Yeah,
and so you see, that is why
they're asking
this
him
rock
questions.
is. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're inquiring about him.
That's cool. I like that vision of Plato. Yeah, does
Yeah, when the
Socrates
real
look different though? Does Socrates look different in your head, or does he look the same?
Socrates looks like I know what Socrates looks like based on like some of the statues and stuff, but I
I think
imagine for some reason I feel like Socrates was generally like an annoying guy. Like when I
ENTP.
think about Socrates, I bet he really was like just an annoying guy to be around.
Yeah. When I picture Socrates, I always picture him in a prison cell, and it's an old Greek prison cell, and they're giving him some hemlock and shit, you know. Right? And I think of Socrates as being tall and skinny. I think of Plato as being shorter and squatter.
I always think of Socrates as Socrates from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Socrates.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I imagine, for some reason, like, I imagine Socrates as this, like, pretty much, like, jester-like individual that, like, walks around just questioning people. Kind of like, sometimes you enjoy him, but, like, other times you just want to watch a gladiator battle, and he just won't really leave you alone, you know?
I gotta
And I
watch
imagine
that.
Plato, like, this wisdom, this embodiment of wisdom walking around, but, like, not careful with his words, you know, like, not really as abrasive as Socrates. And then I imagine Aristotle as like, I feel like Aristotle would be like a cool ass friend. I feel like he would be like best buddy type of thing. Like you meet him in the academy, you know, and he's into the same like gladiator stuff as you, and he's into the same like fantasy stuff you've been reading, and the same mythology. You know, he's into alt mythology, you know, and you start talking about that, and you kind of hit it off with Aristotle, and becomes your best buddy, like in the academy, you know. That's how I
Socrates
envision it
sounds
going, man.
Socrates sounds like host Eric. Like sometimes you like him, sometimes you
Nah,
won't leave you alone. That's how Zach.
no,
That was so like perfectly describing today, where I was like bugging you on Facebook, and you were like, "God, I'm trying to play fucking League, dude. Leave me alone," or whatever it is you were
no,
doing.
I was asleep all day. I had company come over, and by the time I stayed up all night, and by the time they left, it was like 4 p.m. I just went to bed. That was why I didn't respond.
All night company. Okay, well, have a pleasant evening, everybody, and that's it for this episode of Talking to Famous People, in which we discussed Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, three famous ancient Greek philosophers.
Strange